Alright, here we go, tier list time. So we just got a bunch of new characters and they are all pretty good. So I figured that I wanted to make an LF slash ultra tier list because everyone is doing top 10 lists. So I wanted to do something different. Although I usually do this pretty much every month. But this time I'm also gonna do a top 10 list in the end. Obviously, we just got a 1% sparking that definitely deserves to be in the top 10. So we're gonna do a top 10 list in the end as well. But yeah, we are gonna start off with the traditional legends limited slash ultra tier list. So we have trash S, S plus, Z, Z plus. Usually I also have an A tier, but at this point I feel like we have so many LF characters and we also have like a bunch of ultras now that I just don't want to bother. So trash, yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of those units. I mean, once again, before I had A tier, and A tier units are like okay-ish. They are like usable in some situations, but they are not relevant. There are better options. So yeah, like I don't really care at this point. So Ultra Goku, I mean definitely not S tier. So I think it makes sense. Piccolo, I think Piccolo could go in low S tier still. I'm gonna test him out for sure because Regen actually got a buff and Piccolo could be pretty good with the new purple Piccolo. So I think S is fine for him. Gogeta Blue at this point I feel like trash. I mean A tier. He would be A tier, but I don't care at this point. Maybe low S tier, I guess. You could probably argue that Gogeta Blue is low S tier, but like I mean, do you really want to say that Gogeta Blue is low S tier? Like, I don't know. Goten, yeah, like, I'm not a big fan of that unit. I think is whatever. Great Ape Vegeta. I'm gonna order this though. I think Great Ape is better than Goten. Gogeta Blue. I mean, these three. UI Goku. I think UI Goku is actually better than Goten. Like, I don't know. Goten is just so useless at this point. Hybrids. I mean, strike-based team. The only reason he was like useful because FSK was great, and obviously at some point he was the best unit in the game. But I mean now, yeah, Goten is completely useless in my opinion. So yeah, I think UI sign is probably higher than Goten honestly. Let's put Gogeta Blue above Ultra Goku. Although once again it doesn't really matter, but still. SSJ3 I don't think he's as S tier. So yeah, put him here, I guess. Beerus, yeah, Beerus is horrible at this point. Evo Vegeta, definitely not S tier. I think this is fine for him. Ultra Vegeta. I actually saw a comment and someone said that like Ultra Vegeta is like as good as Goku or whatever. Because like before I had A tier and he was A tier, Vegeta was B tier or something like that. Vegeta is not as good as Goku, and the simple reason is Goku, you run Goku on Saiyans. Saiyans is actually a goddamn team. This unit needs Frieza Saga. Like, are you kidding me? How is this guy as good as Goku when Goku, you're running him on Saiyans and you're running this guy on fucking Frieza Saga? Like, what are you talking about? This guy is useless. Like, yes, individually, on the right setup, like, if you actually run Frieza Saga and you say, like, yeah, I want to run this guy and try him out. Like, yeah, individually, sure. Like, he's pretty good. Like, you could probably put him higher than, like, all these units. But the problem is, he needs Frieza Saga. He's useless. He's unusable. Like, okay, sure, he's better than Beerus, but maybe above Goten, but that's it. Like, he's unusable. You can't run this unit. You have to run Frieza Saga. That's not happening. Frieza Saga is horrible. Like, yeah, Namegoku is fine. LF Full Power Frieza, I guess it's fine. And, like, I guess you can run those three, but, like, dude, like, what are you gonna do with those 3 units against goddamn Beast Gohan. Like nothing. This guy is horrible because you can't run him. And remember, if you're not running him on Frieza Saga, he's losing like how much? Like I don't even know how much damage he's losing. And at that point, yeah, he sucks. Like, dude, like what are you talking about? Like I actually saw this comment and I was like, dude, what? This guy has to be on fucking Frieza Saga. He's unusable. Like, yeah, sure, individually, he would be pretty good. Maybe even nowadays, like, he could probably still good fine, but Frieza Saga, like, he's not usable. Like, what? Okay, sure. So, once again, Goku is definitely better because at least he needs to be on a Saiyan's team. I mean, that's not that hard. That's not that difficult. Okay, so Ultra Vegeta. Who else we got here? I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so... Oh no, FSK. I don't think FSK should be higher than this. Simply because... The problem is, he's a blast-based unit. And it's like... I mean, Piccolo just came out. You know what? Yeah, I think... Yeah. I think S tier is fine for him. Honestly, I'm gonna put him above Transforming Piccolo. Should I? Honestly, who cares? He's fine here. Because the new Piccolo is obviously a blast-based unit and you can just run them together. Maybe put, I don't know, Beast Gohan on the team. Like, that could work well. So yeah, S tier. Cell, I think Cell is probably S+. This actually should be a pretty good meta for him because hybrids are everywhere, so Cell should be fine. I'm gonna revisit him, by the way. I'm gonna do a video and we'll see how Cell does, but Cell should be pretty good in this meta. I mean, the best units are pretty much all hybrids, right? So Cell should be fine. Vegito Blue S+, I think, yeah, I think that's fine for him. Jiren S+ as well. Better than Vegito Blue at this point, probably. I mean, Cooler is kinda... I don't know, I have to revisit Vegito Blue as well, because it's like... Beast Gohan is a melee type. Pan is a support type. Cooler is melee type, Broly is melee type, so there are a lot of melee type units, and obviously Vegito needs melee type characters. Like, he needs to fight melee type characters in order to get his strike damage. I think he should be fine in this meta. I'm gonna test him out too. Obviously, when I'm gonna use Cell, Vegito Blue is gonna be on the team most likely. But yeah, I think S+ is fine. I think he's definitely above these units. Frieza, I think S tier probably. I don't know, maybe S+. For now, I'm gonna go with S. Bardock S tier, I think, maybe S+. He doesn't really have a team though. Like, where are you running this unit? Like, he's pretty good, but with the plat, I think he's pretty good actually. It's just like, you're not gonna run Bardock anywhere, honestly. Gogeta, S tier. Is Bardock better than Frieza? Honestly, probably. I don't know. You can probably do this, but I think Bardock is probably better than Frieza, honestly, at this point. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is S tier. I think he's better than these units, though. Yeah, I think this is fine. I'm not gonna go like super crazy about these like lower units. At this point, I think everyone knows what they do. There are a lot of characters, so I don't want to spend too much time talking about them. Future Gohan. Future Gohan is actually really good. Honestly, I think... Honestly? I'm thinking about it. Maybe Z, but I think S+, and I think he's easily above these units at this point. Obviously, Future Gohan just got his plat. His plat is crazy, and it helped him out a lot. Plus, Hybrids is arguably the best team in the game. Like, it's very strong. the Hybrid Serenity team is like the top 3 team. So Future Gohan, I think, is really, really strong. So yeah, definitely S plus at least. I can see the argument that he's Z. We'll see in the as we move on. We'll see if I want to move him up to Z. Majin Vegeta, S plus. I think I don't want to put him in Z. I think below Future Gohan, above Cell. I think that's fine. I think that's a fine place for him. Yeah. Dragon Fist, S plus. I think honestly, Future Gohan is probably above Dragon Fist. Yeah, I think Future Gohan at this point is better than Dragon Fist, or at the moment, in the current meta. Although Beast Gohan is obviously a blue unit, and I mean Dragon Fist is a green, but on the other hand, Gohan can go type neutral and stuff like that. So yeah, I think Future Gohan above Dragon Fist is fine. Kid Buu, S tier. Above Gogeta, probably. I have to test out Regen. It's definitely not great. But like the new Piccolo, Zenkai Piccolo, Kid Buu, I think that should be fine. Above Gogeta? Because like Gogeta still has fusions, and yes, fusions, it's not the best team anymore, but it's still decent. Ultra Gogeta, Ultra Vegito, you can run this guy. I think, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And once again, I feel like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I made a video about this. I think he's a little bit underrated. His ultimate is still gonna do a lot of damage. His green card is still crazy. He has Blast Armor. He has double cover change, anti-revival. And by the way, Revival Gohan is one of the best hits in the game right now. Easily a top 10 unit in my opinion. And obviously this guy is gonna and obviously this guy is gonna do great against Revival Gohan. So you can say that he's like completely unusable. I disagree with that. So yeah, Revival Gohan, Z tier. Revival Gohan is crazy in my opinion. Like, and the fact that this guy, like, obviously when he first came out he was the best, and the hybrids meta was kind of crazy. Then they fell off, and I don't know, like Revival Gohan just disappeared for a moment. So yes, UI Goku came out. I think this guy has been a top 10 unit since. And when Dragon Fist and Tapion came out, like, yeah, he definitely became a top 10 unit at that point. But yeah, I would probably say that since MUI Goku, this guy is like a top 10 unit. Like, yeah, he's crazy. And like, right now, he's like arguably a top 5 unit. Like, it's crazy how good he aged. And how he still holds his own, and he's still like a top 10 unit, top 5 arguably. And yeah, he's crazy good. Like the Revival, obviously, insane mechanic. He's a support unit. And post-transformation, his damage output is crazy. He builds up very quickly, his special move is ridiculous. So yeah, like this guy overall is just holds his own very, very well. And he has a ton of value. So yeah, Revival Gohan, definitely Z tier. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I think probably S plus. I'm gonna move him down to S, above Gogeta, but yeah, I'm gonna move him down to S tier, I think. Although Sun Family is really, really strong right now, because yeah, GT is not that good, right? So yeah, like you could say, but GT sucks, okay, but this guy is also on Sun Family. And Sun Family right now is pretty good. So yeah, but obviously Pan just came out, insane red units, so completely shuts down this guy. Cooler is still around. Yeah, I think S tier is fine. Zenkai Vegeta, I don't think he's S plus anymore. Honestly, S tier, below Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I don't know, I just don't really see the value anymore. Maybe when Gatki gets like a big buff, I guess, but I don't know, this guy is lacking too much. Like, he doesn't have Blast Armor on strikes, even on Ultimate. No cover nullification. He starts off with like 30% damage inflicted. He needs a ton of time to build up. Like, at this point, you need to like he's not gonna do too much. Like, let's be honest here. Like, you need to use a lot of cards before this guy builds up, and once again, he doesn't have cover nullification. Sure, he's probably still pretty tanky, but at this point, I don't think it's like a problem. I'm pretty sure like the top tier units can easily kill him with the Rising Rush, because yeah, when he first came out, like he was crazy tanky, and like he could actually tank a rush from certain units. But at this point, I think most top tier units are gonna kill him. Like, I don't think this guy can take a rush from like Ultra Broly or anything like that. Um, yeah, I don't really see the value. I think he's above Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta for sure, but I don't want to move him higher than this. At this point, he's like, whatever. Vegeta Clan is not that good. You can't even run him on Future because he just doesn't really work well on Future because of his plat, because he doesn't support Future. God Key is like meh. It's not that great. So yeah, I think this spot is fine for this guy. Androids, I would say they are still Z tier. Maybe S plus, but I think they are still Z tier probably. I mean, yeah, everyone knows what they do. They can still do some crazy stuff, but I would say they at this point they also need some build up. So yeah. And yeah, I think Revival Gohan is better than the androids, by the way. Like, I don't even think it's an argument. I think Revival Gohan is easily better than the androids. Zamasu, S tier, I guess. Maybe here, I think this is fine. MUI, I think Z tier, I think he's better than the androids. Yeah. MUI, I think he's really, really good. Obviously, Beast Gohan just came out, and he completely shuts down MUI, but I think MUI is still great. I think his damage output is still great. The unit gauge is still good. Obviously, the quick attack can be a problem, but I think you can play around that. The auto clash win is crazy. The double cover change, like I think all around this guy is just crazy good. Some family is really, really strong. Although you can make an argument for Although you can make the argument that you don't need MUI anymore, and yeah, like that's definitely a valid argument, but still, Sun Family is great. Saiyans is still good, so yeah, I think this guy is still awesome. I think he's better than the androids, honestly. At this point. Ultra Kaioken. Oh my god, I don't know where to put this guy. I still want to say he's S plus. I wish this guy would have like a top tier team and we could actually see how well he does. I mean, I don't know, because like Pan just came out, so that's one thing. But like Ultra Broly, one of the best units in the game, this guy actually works extremely well against Ultra Broly. Obviously, one of Broly's biggest strengths is his unit gauge, and this guy can actually play around that because he gets his vanish back with his own unit gauge. So, I mean, that's one thing. But once again, God Key is meh. USS is meh. So it's like that's definitely a problem. But I still think S plus, low S plus is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't want to move him down to S tier, honestly. I don't want to move him down to this level. Because I still think, like, individually, this guy is so goddamn crazy. It's just the meta, his teams, like, I don't know. But, like, individually, I still think he's so good that he deserves to be in S plus. Low S plus, but still. I mean, Jiren is there, but Jiren has PO as well. I think this is fine. Ultra Gogeta, Z tier. I think Revival Gohan is actually better than Ultra Gogeta right now. I mean, Ultra Gogeta just got replaced completely. Like, there is no argument. He just got completely replaced. So he's out of movies. He still has fusions, but I mean, fusions is good, but it's not that great. And Revival Gohan is on movies. He is on hybrids. And yes, movies, you can say Ultra Broly. If you have enough stars on him, sure. Personally, I'm using Revival Gohan over Broly. My Broly is only 5 stars, but yeah, like that's just me. If you have a high star Broly, like yeah, sure. But I mean hybrids, Pan, Revival Gohan, Beast Gohan. You can put Future Gohan on the team. Super Saiyan Trunks, the green LF Super Saiyan Trunks. Like Revival Gohan is easily better in the meta than Ultra Gogeta, in my opinion at least. I think he's easily above Ultra Gogeta right now. Goku and Vegeta, honestly, I would say S tier. I think Super Saiyan 4 Goku is better than Goku and Vegeta. I think Super Saiyan 4 Goku is honestly easily better than Goku and Vegeta. They are fine, but yeah, I don't know if I want to push them higher. Because, I don't know. Because if they are S+, then I think Super Saiyan 4 Goku is S+, too. But I'm not sure if Super Saiyan 4 Goku is S+. So yeah. Frieza, Zenkai Frieza is really, really good. I think S tier probably is fine. Um, yeah, I think S tier fine. I don't want to. Maybe S plus. I can see S plus because he's really good. Like he's actually really good. It's just LOE right now. I wouldn't say it's like top tier or anything like that. It's fine, but yeah, I wouldn't say LOE is like great. It's okay. I think S tier is fine. If LOE was better, let's say LOE was like a top 3 team, I think he would be S plus. Yeah, I think this is fine. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, once again, Sun Family is just great. And I think he works well on the team. I just used him the other day. I think he's fine. I think he can do great. His damage output is good. He has support. So yeah, he's a very good last man standing. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I think he's underrated as well. Broly is S tier, I think. I think he's below Frieza. Is he above Goku and Vegeta? Honestly, I don't know. Because Goku and Vegeta still has the tag mechanic. They can still build up and do crazy good. It's just they are definitely very situational and you need a ton of build up. But they can still do fine. Although Broly can do the same, like he can build up and he can do crazy stuff. So I don't know. I think this is fine. Because of the tag mechanic, I'm gonna put them above Broly. But yeah, it's just Goku and Vegeta, like, movies. I mean, you have Ultra Broly, Revival Gohan, Sun Family, Revival Gohan. Like, it's like you're not running this unit anymore. God Key, I would argue, just run V's over them. So yeah. I think this is fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. Super Vegito, S tier. I think below Frieza probably. Because it's like, yeah, LOE is not the greatest team right now, but Fusions is not the greatest team either. So I think this is fine. But I think Super Vegito is above these other units, yeah. Yeah, I think this is fine. Sword of Hope. I think Sword of Hope is S tier. I think below SSJ 4. Sword of Hope. So he has hybrids, but I mean, Beast Gohan just came out, so there you go. Below Frieza, below Vegito. Above Goku and Vegeta, probably. I think, yeah, I'm gonna go with this, probably. Yeah, I think this is fine. Ultra Omega Shenron, S tier, I think is he above Super Saiyan 4? I think this is fine. Kid Buu is above him. And Bardock is above him too, honestly. Honestly, I'm gonna move Kid Buu higher. I think Kid Buu is actually better than this guy. And yeah, I think he's better than Gogeta. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really thinking about this. Because at least Gogeta has some great mechanics. Like he has cover nullification, he has type neutral, he has a very strong ultimate. He has the anti-revival. This guy just doesn't really have anything anymore. Like, his ultimate, yeah, it can lock in, but it can't kill anyone. Like, let's be honest. Like, you need a ton of build-up unless his ultimate is not gonna do too much damage. It's not gonna kill any top tier unit. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think Gogeta at least has way better mechanics and way better utility. Yeah, I'm gonna move this guy down. And yeah, I'm Kid Buu a little bit higher. Um, Bardock, I think this is fine. I can see Bardock being higher than this guy. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I think. Ah, I mean, the problem is Bardock just doesn't really have a team. At least you can still run him on Gatki, I guess. And Gatki, it's not the best. It can work though. Like, you have MUI, you have Beerus, Whis, Vegito Blue. Like, you have units, you have options. Bardock doesn't really have an option. So yeah, this is fine. This is fine. I think Ultra Vegito. I think it's better than Gogeta. Individually, I think it's not even a question. And just because Gogeta got completely replaced, I'm gonna move Vegito higher than Gogeta. Like, yeah, I can see the argument that, but Cooler is still running around. Pan just came out. Sure, but on the other hand, Ultra Broly is here. Revival Gohan is here. Both of them are great. The new Piccolo is purple as well. And the thing is, Ultra Vegito, I don't know. I just can't really value this guy higher than him when he got completely replaced. Like, I just can't see that. Like, I can't. I'm sorry. Like, like, I understand that we have some very strong reds in the meta. I just can't see Gogeta above Vegito when he just got completely replaced. I just don't see the argument. And once again, individually, I feel like Vegito is easily better than Gogeta. I'm not saying he's like way better, but I think he's better. I think he's just straight up better than Gogeta. And the good thing about Vegito is obviously he can deal with the red units as well. I mean, as soon as someone dies, this guy pops his main, gets his ultimate, and just one-shots almost any unit in the game. Not any unit, but I feel like a lot of units. He can just straight up one-shot them. So yeah, I think Vegito is fine here. And with Cooler, I think the main problem with Vegito was the fact that Cooler came out and he was like the perfect counter. It's almost like Cooler was just made to counter Vegito, and that definitely hurt him. But Cooler is not that popular anymore. He's still great, but he's not running around as much. So that definitely helps out Vegito. And yes, like, Pan obviously is everywhere, but like, okay, you can just switch out. Like, Cooler, the problem is like he lands a strike and you can't even switch. So yeah, I think Cooler is way more dangerous, obviously, against Vegito than Pan is. Even though Pan is everywhere, and yeah, but Cooler is not that popular anymore, and I think that makes Vegito a little bit more valuable. And I'm definitely way more comfortable using Vegito now, because I don't have to worry about Cooler that much. So yeah, I think Vegito above Gogeta. I honestly don't want to put him above Gohan. I think it's like, I don't even think I have to say this. Vegito is way better individually, but like Gohan's value is just way too high. I think he's just way too valuable. He has the best teams in the game. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I want to do this, but I don't know if I can do this at the moment. We have LF Rose. I don't know why he's here. I completely forgot. I just didn't notice him. Let's just say that. Somewhere here. I think he's fine here, right? He's fine in this tier. Namegoku. I think Namegoku is actually better than these units. I think he's better than these units. I think I want to put him somewhere here. I'm still a big Namegoku fan, and I feel like if you know how to use this guy properly, I still think he can do his job pretty well. I think no one runs this unit anymore, right? I'm one of those people who actually do sometimes. Like, I do actually use Namegoku sometimes. So I know how good he can be. Yeah, I think Namagoku is somewhere here, honestly. Uh, I think Ultra Omega could be higher than Namagoku for sure. It's just like GT, yeah, GT. At least Namagoku, you can build a pretty good Saiyans Sun family team, and he can do his job well. He's gonna have a pretty good team around him, so yeah. I think Namagoku is fine here. I know this is a hot take because I think most people would just straight up put him in the trash, but I think Namagoku is heavily underestimated. Honestly, Gogeta Blue, I'm gonna move him higher. I think Gogeta Blue. I want to put him in S. At least he has the cover nullification, the green card, all that stuff. His ultimate can hit very, very hard still. So yeah, I want to put him in low S. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable with Gogeta Blue being in the trash tier. Trunks, Z tier unit for sure. Crazy good unit. Crazy good. I think a lot of people didn't realize how good this guy was when he first came out, but right now, I mean, hybrid. So you don't have the argument that, oh my god, he doesn't have a team. He has a team now. Like, once again, hybrids is arguably like a top 3 team. Like, not even arguably, it's a top 3 team. It's arguably the best team in the game. Yeah, Trunks is crazy good. Is he better than Vegito? Like, individually, hell no, but I mean, hybrids. Just because of that, I want to put Trunks above Vegito because of his team. And once again, Trunks is insanely good individually as well. Is he better than Revival Gohan? Do I want to put him above Revival Gohan? I don't know. I don't know about that. I think he's better individually for sure, but I mean, Revival Gohan's value is just way too high. I don't know. I think this is fine. I think this is fine. Cooler Z tier. Not the best anymore for sure. But Cooler is still crazy. It's just... I mean, Beast Gohan came out, so that's a problem for him. And Pen also came out. And she's really goddamn good. And obviously Beast Gohan and Pen work extremely well. I mean, you could say Pan and Beast Gohan is the best duo in the game right now, so yeah. But Cooler is definitely still absolutely fantastic. The luck is something that will never really age, right? So that's always gonna be valuable. He's always gonna be good against Super Saiyans. And we have good Super Saiyans in the meta still. Gohan, Vegito, Ultra Gogeta is still running around. Revival Gohan, obviously, I mean, he starts off as a Super Saiyan, so if you run Beast Gohan and Revival Gohan together, Cooler is going to go type neutral, so that's something. So yeah, Cooler is still fantastic, he's still crazy good, crazy damage output, blast armor, the lock, endurance nullification on main ability, like he can still do his thing for sure, and he's still top tier, and he's still crazy. It's just his value went down a little bit. Keep in mind, Cooler dropped at the perfect time. Like, it was his meta to drop. Best unit, Ultra Super Vegito. Second best unit, Ultra Super Gogeta. And this guy just came out and, like, destroyed those two. So, that was the perfect meta for him. In this meta, though, his value definitely went down a little bit, but he's still top tier. He's still absolutely fantastic. Ultra Broly, I think he's Z tier as well, and I would probably say he's better than Cooler right now. Broly is probably the best defensive unit in the game. His unit gauge is absolutely busted. It's not just good, it's not just, well, it's really useful. No, his unit gauge is busted. He can actually just stand up to any unit in the game. The only unit that's like a big threat, I guess, to Broly is Ultra Super Vegito. But like the thing is, Super Vegito is not that common right now, and his unit gauge can still save Broly, right? He reduces ki, he destroys a card, like he can still tank Ultra Vegito pretty well. And he also goes type neutral when the enemy switches. So let's say you start the combo with Ultra Gogeta. If you switch into Ultra Super Vegito, Ultra Broly is going to go type neutral, and he's gonna tank at that point. Like, type neutral, he can tank any unit in the game. So yeah, like, Broly is crazy, for sure. Definitely Z tier, arguably Z plus, but obviously we have Ultra, not Ultra, Beast Gohan, LF Beast Gohan, Z plus. I would say, like, maybe I can see this, but I would also argue that Beast Gohan is just, right now, he's just like that unit. He's just that unit. I think he's just better. He's just better than any other unit in the game right now. I don't know. He's just crazy good. And by the way, I think I didn't really mention this, but I feel like Ultra Super Vegito individually is so good that he's like literally one of the only units that can stand up to Beast Gohan and compete with him, let's say in a 1v1 situation, right? He can actually do that. Beast Gohan can pretty much just get rid of any other unit. I think Vegito once again is like the only unit that can do the same to Beast Gohan. When Vegito has his main, he can pretty much get rid of any unit in the game. Like, I can't really think of any unit that can, like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna tank Ultra Super Vegito's ultimate. Like, I just can't really think of any unit. Like, Broly is not gonna tank it. Maybe Pan, you could say. Maybe. But, like, if you use some cards with Vegito, get those debuffs as well. Like, I don't really see any unit living Vegito and his ultimate, honestly. Like, Beast Gohan is dying as well. Like, Beast Gohan is not living it. So, yeah, like, in a 1v1 situation, I think it's like maybe Ultra Broly as well. But it's Vegito, maybe Broly. Like, who else? Maybe Gogeta, you can argue. But yeah, like, I feel like individually, Super Vegito is like probably the only unit that I can see competing with Beast Gohan. Honestly, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this just because of that. Like, if you want to really compare these two individually, like, Trunks is nowhere near Gohan. Like, it's not even close. Vegito, I think there is actually an argument that Vegito, like, individually in a vacuum, is like close to Beast Gohan. I think, and he's probably the only unit that's like actually close. Maybe Ultra Broly I can see. Cooler, I don't know about Cooler, honestly. I think Cooler is very situational, honestly. Like, if the meta is right for him, when there are a lot of crazy Super Saiyans, like, yeah, sure, he's gonna be insane, but like, we just saw that he kind of fell off. When we got these new units. And yes, these new units are crazy good, but I mean, Cooler definitely fell off a little bit. He's definitely not number one anymore. So yeah. But yeah, Beast Gohan, as I said, I think individually he's on another level. He's easily the best unit in the game. He does way too much. His unit gauge it's way too easy to get it. He starts off with it. Cover nullification, card draw speed, double card draw speed, type neutral, gets his vanish back, destroys Dragon Balls. Like, this guy is just absolutely ridiculous. Gets endurance on Rising Rush when the enemy rushes. Because why not? He has that too. The devs felt like he needed that. He has the double cover change, and you can actually chain it to a blue card, which wasn't a thing before. For example, UI Goku cannot do that. Beast Gohan can. Yeah, Blast Armor. I don't know if I mentioned it. This guy is just cracked. Like, he does way too much. He's like a perfect unit. He's insane. He's insane. He's not a Super Saiyan, which is definitely very valuable. Movies is crazy. Hybrids is crazy. Like, this guy has the best teams, best unit, best kit. Like, he's just the best. Stats are ridiculous. Yeah, this guy is just crazy good. He's the best unit in the game. I think he's just above the rest. Once again, the only unit I can see, and I'm saying this because, yes, I am a fanboy. I am a Super Vegito fanboy, so I want to defend my guy, but still. The only unit I can actually see is, like, competing with him in the right situation is Vegito, maybe Broly, but that's pretty much it. Maybe Gogeta, because Ultra Gogeta is still very strong last man standing, but yeah, like, this guy is on another level, honestly. So this is my LF/Ultra tier list. I think this is I think this is fine. You can definitely make some arguments here and there, move a few units around, like Vegito below Trunks, below Ultra Gogeta maybe, although I would definitely disagree with that. But other than that, I feel like this is not that bad. Once again, you can definitely make some arguments, but yeah, I'm not gonna go through again this this whole list. I think this is fine. For the most part. So yeah, I'm gonna do a top 10 as well. Okay, so here we go. This is my top 10, and obviously we have some units that we didn't have in the previous tier list. And we have some 1% sparkings here. So obviously, Pen is actually ridiculous. And yes, I do believe that she is number 2 in the game right now, which is kind of crazy. Like, Pen is number 2. She's better than Broly, better than Cooler, better than all of these units, at least in the current meta, right? You can argue that, for example, Cooler is better individually than Pen, but in the current meta, right now, I think Pen is better. I think Pen just straight up replaced Cooler on movies, for example. Yeah, Pen is ridiculous. I said that Broly is probably the best defensive unit in the game. If Broly is the best defensive unit in the game, I think Pen is like second. Like, Pen is actually ridiculous defensively. Like, yeah, she's a support unit. But defensively, Pen is crazy. Like, she goes type neutral on main for 60 timer counts. So she doesn't even have to worry about blue units. She doesn't even have to worry about Beast Gohan, which is ridiculous. She reduces ki by 15 every time you use a card. She reduces sub count. She has a strike cover change. Like, she's actually ridiculous. She's ridiculous. Defensively, the support, she actually can do some pretty decent damage as well. She's ridiculous. She's overall, like, utility, like, yeah, she's up there. She's the second best unit in the game right now, in my opinion. Maybe you could argue Broly above Pan, but I think Pan is just superior. Especially since Pan has hybrids and movies at the same time. Broly has movies. Obviously, PO is good. It's okay, but like, hybrids is way better than PO. So yeah, Pan is number 2, and we have Piccolo as the 10th best unit in the game right now. I think I have the androids below MUI on the LF/Ultra tier list. I think Piccolo is actually more valuable. You could probably argue that the androids are better individually than Piccolo, but Piccolo, I think his value is actually just way higher than the androids, at least in the current meta. His damage is great. He has good utility. He spawns greens. He gets his vanish back on main. He's actually pretty decent defensively because, I mean, I wouldn't say he can tank. Like, I'm not saying he's a great tank, but he has a very strong cover change. First, he has a strike cover change. And second, he destroys 2 cards. So even though when you're using a unit like Beast Gohan, who can go through cover changes, this guy still destroys 2 of your cards. That's a lot. That's a lot. And that can definitely stop your combo. So yeah, Piccolo, I think, is crazy good. And he's actually bugged. At least people are saying that he's bugged. He's taking more slice damage or something like that. So he's actually better. At least he should be better. But yeah, like, Piccolo still, I think Piccolo is probably number 10. I can see the argument that the androids are better, because individually I can definitely see that the androids are better. But in the current meta, I think Piccolo is just way too good. Like, he has arguably the best team, like Pan, Piccolo, and Beast Gohan. That team is so crazy. They work so goddamn well together. It's actually ridiculous. I don't think they were gonna work this well together, because Piccolo is a range type, Gohan is a melee type, but they work so goddamn well together. That trio, this new trio, is actually like, it's actually arguably the best team in the game. It's like top 3. Like, it's up there. Like, it's crazy good. It works so well. So yeah, because of that, I think Piccolo definitely deserves to be in this list. And once again, he's a good unit. Damage output is good. he has good utility defensively. Vanish Restore, like he does a lot. Like he does a lot. Piccolo is great. Piccolo is great. So yeah, I think he's number 10, and 9 MUI. Ultra Gogeta is number 8. Trunks is number 7. I can see this for sure, but I'm gonna go with this. 7 is Trunks, 6 Ultra Vegito, 5 Revival Gohan, Cooler, Broly, Pan, and Beast Gohan is number 1, which is, there's no argument. Beast Gohan is number 1. you can't argue that. So this is my top 10 list. This is my Legends Limited / Ultra list. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.